Imagine that. Gotta get that on. Brand new for you. It's on good for you. I've got a license plate on. Oh, yeah. No, it is. Stuff all. Turn all stuff down. I didn't get all. It was different than the others, and that's called boning. Boning and tone. Apple to apple.
One day and morning, you know. Why we live here.
Yeah, so.
Thanks.
Highlighted.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just. I'll give you the room.
Yeah.
Warmer
They're getting it all set up for place of course.
You order?
No, I couldn't.
There's two PDAs. One for Robert.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm early. I'm really early.
Yeah.
Usually I don't get here till like 2 minutes till.
If you brought water, it'd be warm by the time you went home.
Was just going out of the house and Mitch was coming in. He's got a shirt on. I'm going out. Dang, you're got your coat on.
And long on.
And, yeah, and sweaters and stuff. I'm so over the wind. Wind is just.
Yep. Yep. And I was out, we had this weekend and water shut off over here. I was up an hour and a half digging around and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. I see the wind is, it's cold. Oh, and he forget something, so he had to go get it.
John said, you know, it's 90 degrees one day and
Yeah.
no one the next. So.
It'll come over sooner or later. It'll get warm.
All of a sudden, like, hey, did you bring a new chair?
When's the last time you done that?
You brought him in?
Yeah, I put them up there. They ran, so put them on the truck.
Got it.
I found some that said PAD on it. We got them out already. There's more in the back. Get them down.
No, maybe we won't need it anymore.
Well, otherwise there's 4 more hanging up back there.
Is there?
Yeah.
You'd have to move everybody. Yeah, I got one. But we're over here. But, there's more, there's usually more in here yet.
Life is so much easier.
Whatever I brought, there's 8 and then the 4 there and then some of them other hard, heavy ones are back there too.
Okay.
So there's at least another 6 or so.
My daughter's got sixteen more. Now,
Well, anyway, there's,
I'll use it.
we got more.
Question or comment like 1-2 sentences.
Yeah,
But
definitely, yes.
other than that, I can.
Say okay or no.
Yeah. But with my house, I get such horrible reception.
Unless it's
That, well, they have a metal roof. Place it. I can be in the deck. Something else about the old space where I can normally talk without dropping. a glove.
okay.
You know, where the water was.
You got a few minutes left yet.
That's what it was.
That's a 3 or 4.
All the tree stuff next to you.
Mhm.
She had some company come and do, and they just hauled it all down and just kind of push up the trailer, just a fucking mess down there. It's in front of the lead pile. I thought I'd take a few pictures of it, so.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, it did come from town.
But she had a tree service come and do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I told him to take a couple of pictures. Put them on his phone that way if something comes of it.
Yeah,
He texted me this morning.
we'll have to talk about that in a meeting, once and just see how what our feeling is of that kind of thing.
It's different if it's storm damage and all indirectly, but they cut the whole tree down and.
It was a lot. It was a big trailer full of
Well,
rubbish.
they're hauling more again tonight.
Yeah, yeah, a whole great big trailer full again.
They took 2 yesterday.
Mhm.
He says, oh my God. That's, I'm right there, in the lead, and all they did is drove it in and pushed it all off, drove it and pushed it off. So, and I'm sure it's worse yet now.
Well, I mean, I with you guys, yeah.
I
need more chairs left.
He just cleaned that all up the other day and put some of that old dirt where I picked water puddle. I don't know if you saw that, but
Yeah.
it's still stopped, which is better than. Everybody was just driving it with that, pushing off, getting out of the water.
Yeah,
Cause you just.
I know, it was
It's
tough down
about
there.
5 inches.
I've seen him a long time. I haven't seen him a long time. Go ahead.
That's the last.
I don't even remember even.
Back with.
No.
Sounds good.
Okay. Hey, that letter, should I send that letter?
Yes, it's really good.
Okay.
You wrote that?
Yeah.
It's very good.
You have a chance to look at that, yeah, that okay? If it is, I'll just mail it probably tomorrow. I talked to somebody else from the county today, an employee. And he said that, yeah, go ahead, send your letter. He says, they're thinking of having a special meeting. They're getting a lot of heat. So, you know, but this letter is. Yeah, well, it's a little bit, you know.
Yeah, and there was.
That,
Positive.
is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah. Yeah. In other words, they prove that,
Okay,
you know. Through research or whatever.
maybe.
I don't know.
It's all real health issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I just,
It's supposed to be.
I'm reading it fast.
I understand.
Makes you wonder if is it hasn't been pretty bad lately? Makes you wonder if they just started hauling all the shit in. I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're supposed to monitor it for how many, we just won't haul anything in, the snow will go away.
Well, that-
And then it'll just go right back up.
That's, kind of, there's that, you know, they might make the technical, still gonna stink. Doggone right. Yeah,
There was a guy that told me that he hauled for him for a little while, and now he got a different job. They were trucking in like contaminated milk and stuff, so that's where. And it said something about they were bringing dead animals too.
we shouldn't do that.
Out there, that's scary.
No.
He said he never did, but supposedly,
That's,
you think about it, sometimes
it smell.
yeah, it smells like dead rotten.
It is the smell.
Carcass smell. But if they really go do their job, they should find them in there. This area, dug them all. It definitely smells.
Definitely smells like it. That's exactly what it smells.
Well, it smells, knowing the rendering trucks and when it's 100 degrees, when they drive by, that's, man.
That's exactly what it smells like. We'll just wait a couple minutes here. Ron is outside talking to the deputies.
No, everything seems to be okay.
Sounds good. I'll see if I can't get that mailed tomorrow. In time.
It's back or.
No,
Yeah.
pardon me.
Did I send a copy around so we can read it in the audience?
But yeah, you play. As long as you're happy. I didn't want to put it out until, no, it was a patsy, you know.
Okay.
Very well written. I can. There's actually.
Oh, okay.
You can send one the other way too.
Another one that's my mind to read.
That's, you better, you should keep yours.
When you brought up at the thing about the relief association, that audit thing. In reality, why the city pays, right? And we pay. Shouldn't one audit be good enough?
Well,
We always got to do an audit.
well, that's a misunderstanding here.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna, that was the other thing I was gonna ask you, this is check into that more.
Okay. He's had everybody read it.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
We made.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta do it for gambling too.
Or maybe.
I know. Okay, you ready now?
It's always. Oh, that's right, you're right.
I mean, which. Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, let's call the meeting to order. We'll stand for the pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence following. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First thing, I guess, would be the approval of the agenda. Somebody will make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll prove it.
There's a second.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Okay, the reason for the night's meeting is that at the last personnel meeting that we had, which is us, all of us, we unanimously voted to immediately terminate Ashley's employment. And that's the reason for the meeting, is to act on that. We can't do that at a personnel meeting. It has to be done at a real council meeting, which this is. And so with that, I would call for the motion from the councilman here on that action.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to immediately terminate Ashley's employment. We've discussed it a lot over numerous meetings, so we don't really have any discussion. But since this is a public meeting, I open it up for community comment.
Why?
The city of Good Thunder has the right to terminate anyone at any time for any or no reason.
Anytime, if you've discussed this many times, should we feel safe in assuming that there is a reason? I mean, you wouldn't
I can't,
discuss it many times if there was no reason.
Yeah, I can't answer that. The reason for termination is that the city of Good Thunder has the right to terminate anyone at any time for any or no reason.
It hardly seems fair, but we can't know why.
We can't.
You just can't do it.
Can't.
Have you hired someone to replace her?
We haven't yet.
I heard there's somebody beforehand.
So. No more comment? I'm gonna call the motion then. And I'm gonna do it roll call. So I'm gonna ask your name and you can out loud say yes or no. Aye or nay. Councilman Cowell,
Aye.
Councilman Stoltzman,
Aye.
Councilman Brody,
Aye.
and myself, aye. Motion carried unanimously. And this is immediately. So now what I would like to do is have John. And I'd like to have a volunteer from the audience go with John and Ashley into the clerk's office. And I need all the passwords, keys, any kind of a payment password, like a password book or anything like that. Anything it takes to run the city. Anything that's withheld could perhaps lead to civil prosecution. So in any case, if John, and is there a volunteer from somebody out in the audience? I'd like to have a woman. Okay. You don't necessarily have to be right in there, but at least keep an eye and monitor things and make sure that, keep an ear outside. And she'll be given an opportunity this evening. Did you bring any boxes? Anybody bring a box?
I didn't, she didn't have it at home, sorry.
Got it.
There may be some in the garage.
Take a look.
out here, yeah.
Oh, if they can run home and get some. Out here, you know what? I can look there, otherwise I can go get some. I hate to have you go home and get some. Anyway, there might be some in here too. I know an old stationery box or something.
Yeah, I know. Shouldn't have threw all them boxes away the other day. That you're throwing the back.
I know. Exactly. Anyway, she'll be given an opportunity to get her personal effects.
Tom, could I get a copy of this letter to the township, please?
You bet if you just pass it around and you come back to you, if you get it before you go. I might be able to come up with another one here.
Spell check on that.
Yeah, there's at least one.
That is a typo though.
I will give you
That
this,
is-
Tom,
That is typed right.
and, if there's anything else, then I will go.
Yeah, did we find a box for your
You
personal
need to
effects?
carry it well.
It was going around town, I already knew.
Okay, all right, so you don't need to come back for
I
any
don't need to come
personal
back.
effects, okay,
So,
very good. Yeah, you'll be paid any PTO that you have coming at, or, well, you got it right
On
here,
the letter, yep.
so. I on a final check. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Which needs, you think? Yeah. Okay.
All right. The only other bit of business I wanted to do tonight was get that letter out so that you can kind of see that happening. And then I'm going to mail that tomorrow to the commissioners.
I may add to that, the township, Lyra Township, excuse me, has been dealing with John Constantine,
Okay,
if that helps you in any manner.
okay, Just-
We've hit a dead end road with the township. Dealing with our county commissioners,
okay.
wish the best of luck, and maybe if we fight this battle together, nobody will have to continue to smell it.
Okay. Yep. I did talk to a director, and I'm not gonna name him today. And he was pretty excited to have somebody send a letter like this from a community, because they're close to having a special meeting on it. It's been pushed that hard already now. So if it goes to that point, there's real possibility we could see movement. But I think what's happening now is that they're sort of waiting for the state to do something. And as I stated in the letter, I worry that the state will be in there and they'll meet the technical requirements, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be better, you know? So,
Hey, can I ask a question? On most of the things when I've talked to guys that do compliance with like the MPA and all that, there's a requirement in there about parts per million or something like that that gets emitted. If it stinks this bad, how can they even come close to being within those specifications of parts per million or whatever it is? If it stinks that bad, it can't possibly be within tolerance of pollution.
well, I would have to agree,
That's being invested, the PCA's out there every week, the way it sounded.
yeah, that's what I was
stuff, so. But
I was,
that,
yeah,
same old thing, it takes a long time. You know, and it just, they don't sit out there all day long, every day smelling it. Oh,
so. Anyway, with all that, I thank you for stopping in. With that, is there a motion to adjourn? Unless we don't really have anything else we can do tonight.
Don't move.
There's a second. I'll second. Motion's been made and second to adjourn. And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Just so you know, she left the Zoom meeting on,
Okay,
it's still on recording.
okay.
Right.
I just,
I was gonna say that, and I didn't even look up there that we lost our operator, so if it goes away, it comes back.
No, you had it shut off beforehand,
Okay.
but it's recording.
Okay. Throw it right up. Yeah. All right.
Shut it off now.
I've done some.
That's water bill. I thought it was. I just dropped it in the Dropbox on the way.
We're gonna.
I'm just gonna let him know that was my bad. I thought she had said she had everything on automatic.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Like, oh, shit, I got another one in there. Like,
Yeah.
$30 later.
yeah, 'cause I just threw it in the thing and figure out what it is.
I think you gotta